Hi everyone, right now we're going to learn how to draw an apple with colored pencils by layering the colors. The first thing I've done is I found all of the colors that I see in this apple in colored pencils. So I see a little bit of green, yellow. There's a lot more color than you might think when you initially look at this. It's more than just red and yellow and orange. So find a wide variety of colored pencils, get them out so you're ready to go. Got a piece of paper here. Going to quickly just sketch a nice basic circle for this apple. Put the stem right here and get going. I'll start with the red because that's the majority of the apple. And when you layer, you want to start lightly. Okay? And you want to be really smooth with your colored pencil because as you build these layers up, if you have any lines showing, the lines will really become evident and it doesn't look very good. So try to make it as smooth as possible, smooth texture. So I'm going to fill in all the areas where I see a lot of red. Up into here. Then I'll go in with yellow pencil. Yellow is about this, it's the second color with the most color in there. Some yellow in here, and I'm going to bring some yellow down, so I'm already starting to layer. Now remember, red and yellow make orange, so where I see orange I can go ahead and just put some red and yellow, even though I have an orange pencil. Now I'll go in with some orange. And as I build these layers up, I can start to push a little bit harder on the pencil. Okay, I'm going to go in with some green now. You might not see it, but there is a little bit of green up in here. And something that's important to remember is complementary colors. When you mix them together, you get a variety of grays and browns. So there's some brown in this apple, and if I mix the complementary of green, which is red, with the green, I'll get some nice deep browns that are fun to look at and make. Okay. Gonna push a little bit harder with the red this time as I go around this apple. I'm kind of doing this quick. So when you do it, take your time. Really make it look good. Okay, this dark spot down here has a lot of, there's some purple in there, some blue, some brown. So I'll do some purple. Since there's already red, I could do some blue to make that purple as well. But since I have a nice purple pencil, I'll just use it. It's a little bit dark up here. That red's a little bit darker, so I'll add some purple to it. And just for fun, I'll put some purple up here. Even though I don't really see it, it's going to make my apple look neat. A lot of color. There's an artist named Paul Cézanne that did a lot of paintings of apples and oranges, and he did them just with a lot of different color that you might not normally expect to see in fruit, but they're a lot of fun to look at. Okay, now I can really start to go darker and push down harder. Now remember, the apple is a sphere, so it's going to be a little bit more shaded around the sides and get lighter as it goes towards the highlight. Now in this picture, the highlight is split into two sections. I don't really like that because it makes it look like there's a dent in the apple. So I'm just going to make my highlight one white spot on there. Okay, I'm going to take that initial red that I started with and push down really hard this time. This is like my final coat, but it's not going to be because there's always things that I can go back and touch up. So just do this, pushing down pretty hard. Rotate this apple around a little bit just to make it easier to draw. Okay, I'm leaving that white spot white for now. It isn't pure white. If I were to just take away all the color around this and leave that white spot, it would have some color to it, or some hue. But I'm going to leave it the white of the paper for now. Then I'll go back in. I might as well do it now. I'll just put a really light coat of red on here, because that white right there looks kind of pink to me. Let's see some more green up in here. Okay, whenever you have a brown, mix quite a few colors together. Gives it a rich sense to it. Makes it look nice. Go back in with this yellow, and I'm pushing really hard right now. There's some yellow in here. So it's just layer upon layer upon layer until you get to your finished product. There's a little bit of shadow underneath here. I'll just go lightly with this purple. Some up here. And then what I can do, since I've gone lightly over here and it's a little bit rough in texture, I'll go back in with the red and try to smooth that purple out by pushing hard on it. Okay, let's do the stem. Stem has a lot of yellow in it. Maybe some purple on the edge here. Now, yellow and purple are complementary, so that's going to look good. Maybe I'll do a little bit of some dark red just to make it interesting. Okay, the shadow. When you do the shadow, I want you to just mix a lot of colors. Starting with the purple. And I'll add some green. And it might not come out the exact color as you see on the picture, which is a dark gray. But as long as the value is dark, by adding all of these dark colors together, it's going to look just fine. And there will be some red in here for sure because of the reflection of the apple. Okay, I forgot to get out a white pencil, so I don't have a white to do this highlight, but I would take that white and I'd scrub it in there until I have a nice highlight, and then my apple is done.